12 common habits of millionaires you need to copy. It's one thing to earn money and another to keep it. The research of Fidelity Investments showed that 80% of people with a fortune of over $1 million earn this figure on their own. Rich people achieve success by adhering to simple rules and habits, which are 100% available to everyone with a strong desire and internal discipline. Think of it this way. Your habits and lifestyle are the reason why you are rich and why you are poor. Now, obviously, every person has some habits of both the rich and the poor, but the more you adopt the patterns of behavior that financially independent people follow, the closer you are to becoming wealthy. In this video, we will share with you 12 common habits of millionaires you need to copy. This is Wealthy Fact, where you come to watch, execute, and get wealthy. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel and give us a like. Number 1. No. Knowing how to say no is a useful skill of life. When you gain the courage to say the word in response to suggestions that you're not comfortable with, save your own time, money, and maybe even nerves. You must be able to refuse another party with your friends if you don't want to go to one. Don't be afraid of resentment. Your real friends will have to support you in your choice. By doing this, you will get the right time to work on yourself, so you have to use it wisely. Study, enroll in courses, learn new stuff, get some sleep, and invest your time in things that will help you advance your career. Financially independent people know how to say no because they understand the worth of their time. Strange as it may seem, this word changes your lifestyle and frees you from all wasteful things if you learn to pronounce it at the right time. Number 2. Not afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes are things that go side by side with success, so you should never be afraid of making them. If you make a mistake, it means that you're on the way of developing and learning something new, and already know exactly how not to do it. We should remember that school is over and should not follow the assessment model used in any institution. Therefore, it is important to understand that mistakes are always going to happen, no matter what and how you do in life. So the best you can do is learn what to do with them. Many rich people made huge mistakes before building a successful business. A lot of them believe that if you've not made the wrong steps in the past, you would never make the right steps in the future. It is important that you learn from your failures and can use that experience for the next decisions. Number 3. Take responsibility. The desire to blame others is the defense mechanism of our mind. As long as there are others, we can protect ourselves from sad thoughts about our own mistakes and imperfections. Also, this perspective helps us to justify our inaction. What can I do if they are guilty of everything? Perhaps everyone has such thoughts at times. Another question is how deeply they have taken roots in our brain. Some people easily rebuild on a constructive basis, while others spend their whole lives thinking about the world's imperfections. If you blame others for your failures and constantly come up with reasons for excuses, you definitely are going to lose yourself. Complaints have not made anyone rich. Never try to make excuses, regardless of whether it is related to your personal or professional life. Not politicians, parents, wife, children, boss, or anyone else are to blame for not being successful. Rich people have a habit of always considering themselves guilty of all the fortunate, unfortunate events in their own lives. Your fate is in your hands, and no one controls it except you. Only 10% of the wealthy people and a whole 90% of the poor say they believe in fate. The rest rely only on themselves, faith in their abilities, and do not take advantage of complaints when accumulating wealth. Number 4. Avoid procrastination. Successful people are well aware that procrastination stops development and negatively affects the quality of products and services, reduces the satisfaction of customers, employees, or customers, and even destroys relationships outside of work or business. Here are 5 tips that successful people implement in their lives to avoid procrastination. Every day, create a to-do list and monitor its completion. Set a goal of accomplishing at least 70% of what you have planned. Define a daily top 5 for yourself. This 5 should be 5 points that should bring you closer to a goal that is important to you. Set a reasonable time frame for your projects. If you're ahead of schedule, that's fine, as long as it's not later. Find partners who will keep you on track. Unite with people to achieve some ambitious goals and communicate with each other at least every week to make sure you and they don't slip away. Use the "Do It Now" mantra. This mantra will help you to convince yourself to do something you need to do. Just repeat the words "Do it now" until you're so bored that it's easier for you to start a task or project as long as you're not on your own. Number 5. Healthy lifestyle. The habits of the rich will not do without this. Richard Branson, Tim Cook, and Bill Gates are early birds. Earlier awakening is a powerful way to success because people who get up early can do something before others start their day. Thomas Corley, the author of Rich Habits, The Daily Success Habits of Wealthy Individuals, discovered that 44% of rich people wake up 3 hours before they start work, compared to 3% of poor people. At this time, they reflect, read, and prepare for the day ahead. The same with sports. A healthy mind and spirit need a healthy body. According to research and statistics, 57% of wealthy people daily watch and calculate their calories, while 76% work out and exercise 4 times a week, despite their busy schedule. Number 6. Distractions. How much of your time do you think you spend in front of the TV screen? Instead of wasting their free time on entertainment alone, successful people prefer to use it for personal development, networking, volunteering, freelancing, part-time work, starting their own business. Pursuing a certain goal that will allow you to gain an advantage in life is one of the best and smartest options to dedicate your time. Another study showed that about 77% of people who experience financial difficulties spend more than an hour in front of a TV screen every day. And 74% use the internet for an hour or more every day for entertainment purposes. How much time do you spend on this entertainment per day? Think about it and tell us in the comments. We would love to know. Number 7. Stay organized. Making a to-do list helps to concentrate during the day. If you want to achieve something, you have to give it some type of form. In this case, you can define your goals and write them down. The more precise, the better. For example, if you write, "I want to be rich," it'll be too vague. It's better to break down your goal into smaller, manageable tasks and not to overwhelm yourself with too ambitious plans for tomorrow. Make a list every night before you go to bed, and in the morning, you will immediately know what you have to do. Structuring your day is not a bad idea. By acting on predetermined rules, people free their minds from more serious things. Not only do the rich keep a to-do list, but also 67% of them manage to accomplish 70% or more of it. This means that at least 7 out of 10 tasks that you have formed yourself for today must be completed on a mandatory basis. Number 8. Invest. The habits of the rich naturally extend to the relationship with money. If you suddenly manage to earn a lot of money, it's just great. But the lack of financial literacy, understanding of reasonable savings and investment can deprive you of a reliable income in a few days or months. Unnecessary spending and a lack of knowledge about how to manage money lead to a sad outcome. Successful and wealthy people study the market and its instruments and select profitable and reliable assets in which they invest their money. In addition, they regularly save part of their income for the emergency fund and the savings fund, and only then think about the necessary expenses and purchases. Number 9. Passion. One of the most popular motivational quotes of Steve Jobs said that the only way to do great work is to love what you do. The only way to become rich and to be happy is to immerse yourself in your favorite activity fully. No one will succeed in the activity that they do not enjoy. If you decide to start your own business just for the sake of money, stop. The wealth as a goal will keep you motivated, but not for long. In business, force majeure and difficulties happen all the time, and no new business is going to be profitable from the start. Just the desire to make money will not excite you for a long time. Rich people love what they do, and therefore do it with pleasure, creativity, even though it may be challenging work. With this approach to work, can be created different masterpieces or even just a well-done job. Number 10. Communicate with the right people. Nowadays, many people agree to any circle of communication out of fear of being alone. However, such behavior is not productive. You should be more demanding to your environment and yourself. Look for smart and ambitious people to communicate. Look for people who are better at something than you, so by interacting with them, you'll be motivated to reach their level. 68% of rich people surround themselves with optimistic people who are also focused on success. These are people who can open doors for you, who are trying to get better without complaining or blaming everything around them. These people will give you inspiration and new ideas. It is also essential to work on a common cause. In most cases, a wealthy person has a team or a mentor who help to achieve results. According to Success.com, 93% of rich people said they wouldn't get their fortune if it weren't for their teachers and partners. This is another crucial thing that is in the habits of wealthy people. Number 11, control their emotions. You must have heard the phrase, "Nothing personal, just business." It may seem tough, but it makes sense. When you let your emotions take over, you literally turn off half of your brain. Emotions, bad or good, have a substantial impact on the prefrontal cortex, which is only responsible for the logic and making judicious decisions. This is especially true in times of failure or difficult choices. Not everything you think is worth saying out loud. Not every emotion of yours is worthy of external manifestation. When you're not careful with your words, you risk offending someone, even though he or she may be very useful in the future. Among rich people, more than 94% know how to control their emotions, keeping them from breaking through at the first opportunity. They understand that unrestrained and words of indifference can destroy both working and family relationships. If you want to say something harsh, first calm down, and then try to look at the situation objectively and understand the consequences of these words. Number 12, spend money wisely. Successful people do not like to spend money on small, unnecessary things. One of the reasons is that they don't need to show off or prove anything to anyone. Bill Gates has long traveled the world on public flights, and Mark Zuckerberg still drives a relatively inexpensive Volkswagen GTI with a manual gearbox. And believe me, none of them would have thought of buying a new smartphone just because it's fashionable. According to Thomas Corley's research, 94% of the rich save 20% or more of their annual income. It's about debt, credit, and waste. Of course, you may be tempted to go out and buy yourself the best when you've just approved a loan or when you've received a fair cash bonus at work. But rich people usually tend not to do that. By analyzing prices in advance, they only buy what they really need, not what they can afford. By applying sensible ways to save money, you gradually move towards wealth. Savings do not depend on the salary. We'd like to conclude our video today by saying that being rich is a way of life, not a specific amount in your wallet or bank account. Explore yourself, look for inspiring examples, and move on. Our channel will support you in any effort. We'd be happy to also have your support, so hit that subscribe button and like this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to write in the comments section what videos you want us to upload in the future, and patronize our sponsors and follow up on our social media platforms. Hey, thanks for watching.